Now, 13 Action News at 11, on air and streaming live.
All right, 2022 has made it to America.
That's right, Times Square ringing in the new year with their ceremonial ball drop. This year in front of a smaller crowd with new COVID protections in place. Well, here in our valley, we are just under an hour away from saying goodbye to 2021. Thank you so much for joining us on this.
The big question tonight. So are we going to see fireworks over the Strip? Now, wind here could be a serious factor. We have seen, as we know, gusts up to 60 miles per hour tonight. And at one point, because of those winds, organizers evacuated the outdoor music festival at Area 15. But there is some good news. That venue has now since reopened. It now has hundreds of people there for the New Year New Playa Festival.
And as we speak right now, fireworks are still part of the plan for midnight. But organizers say if it's too windy, it might be pushed back to any time between midnight and 1 a.m.
All right, meanwhile, America's party is still going strong. We have live team coverage for you tonight from all the hot spots across the valley. We have crews at different locations. Let's start things off with Abel Garcia. He is live right now near the Rio. And Abel, that is where the final decision regarding tonight's fireworks show is going to be made.
Trisha and Todd, good evening. Happy New Year to you. And that's right, that's a big question everybody is asking. Will we be able to see those wonderful lights fill up our skies at the Strip this evening? And it all comes down to these winds. And of course, right now we're feeling so far, those strong gusts still continue to come in. And right now, those Clark County officials are actually right up here at the Rio at the very, very top. That is where the firework command post is at right now. And we're just waiting to hear back from these officials. I mean, we've been in constant communication with them, seeing what updates they have for us. And as of right now, as you were just mentioning, Todd and Trisha, yes, we have that window between 12 at night, at midnight to that 1 a.m. period. If at any time we start to get that these winds lower beneath that 10 mile per hour sustained winds, then we could potentially have this show. Now, the big question is, will that actually happen? We are not quite sure just yet. As we continue to monitor these winds and kind of track and see what is exactly happening, then these officials will be able to give that green light and make that happen. But of course, what they say is normally when the winds are sustained and they are below that 10 mile per hour box, we definitely can realize and they can have and test some of these fireworks right before from those 8 locations throughout the Strip. So again, we'll continue to have those live updates for you as well. And of course, Danny Beckstrom has the latest information on that weather too. She'll be tracking down these wind gusts and kind of informing us. We also have the inside scoop with Clark County officials, and we can always provide that information for you on KTNV.com. But for now, I'll send it back to you for now.
All right, Abel, thank you so much. Now to a live look at Beer Park, where 13 First Alert meteorologist Danny Beckstrom was at earlier this evening, but the wind kicked up and she got blown right back to the studio. So shout out, by the way, to our photographer, Steve, for staying out there. Danny, though, that was something else. Yeah. I liked your pictures on Instagram. Yeah. You looked a little crazy.
Yeah, I looked exactly like I felt to Todd and Trisha. Yeah, I was out there with Steve Smallwood and Cabria Kirby. They were my field producer and photographer, and I feel so bad. They stayed out at Beer Park to get us those live looks of the Strip, and I'm hiding in the studio. And this is the reason why. Our gust speeds peaked, I believe Trisha mentioned earlier, at close to 60 miles per hour, 59 mile per hour gust speeds at Reed International earlier tonight, between about 7 and 8. We calmed down between 10 and 11. Our gust speeds were 10 to 15 miles per hour, right in that window that we're looking at. And then 11 o'clock hit and we popped right back near 40 miles per hour. And I'll tell you, only Abel Garcia's hair looks that good in 40 mile per hour wind gusts. I couldn't believe it. Here's a look at sustained. So this is the key that we're looking at. And the one that the Clark County officials will be watching is at Harry Reid, the official reporting site. So that's the number that we're watching. We need that at 10 miles per hour or below for that fireworks show to go off tonight at midnight is scheduled. Of course, we'll be watching this through 1 a.m. That's the window. And I'm hoping we're moving. We were trending in the right direction. Looks like within the past 5 minutes or so, we picked right back up. Of course, it's a cold front moving through. This also brought us a few showers on the west for the higher levels. That has moved on. So the only here through sunrise tomorrow is the breeze and the cold temperatures. This wind chills make the temperature feel like we're in the mid-30s. Of course, gust speeds are what we're watching closest. We'll keep you updated as we approach midnight. Right now, not looking good, but I think we're moving in the right direction. Oh, and now I'm going to toss to Ross. Sorry, I'm asleep at the wheel here. Ross, hey, your hair doesn't look so bad in 40 mile per hour gusts either. How you doing out there?
We are hanging in there, Danny. Thanks so much. Yeah, we're at Gillies, Las Vegas, right outside of TI Hotel and Casino, and really the party is in full effect on this New Year's Eve. Inside at Gillies at the saloon, we got the country music going thanks to DJ Caffeine. A little ironic. I don't think these folks need any caffeine at this time. And then out here, Senor Frogs is popping off as only Senor Frogs does on New Year's Eve. So these folks are having a blast despite the wind. It is gusting up from time to time, and we've been talking with some of the folks. They're a little bit worried about the fireworks. We'll have more on what they've been telling me coming up in our special coverage of Debut 22. But right now I want to send it over to John Dommel, who is live at Circa. John, set the scene for me, brother. How's it looking there?
But up there, some Twitter, we got inside by the strong wind gusts that they were talking about hitting 160 miles. So that's pretty wild, but still in position to see some of the works if they do end up going off at the midnight or in between midnight and 1 a.m. So hopefully the winds will die down a little bit. We'll get some fireworks action for you, and we'll have from the to show to you. All right, we'll send it back over to the studio.
John, thank you so much. On to some more news tonight. This is concerning 3 separate shootings shaking the valley on New Year's Eve. The most recent happening near Palace Station. Police say a man was killed during an attempted robbery in a parking lot. It happened around 6:30 p.m. Officers captured 2 suspects.
And also right now, police believe that it is related to a similar homicide that happened earlier in the day. Officers say that around 1:30, a man tried to steal a woman's purse in the parking lot of the Fashion Show Mall. There was a struggle, and police say that a 66-year-old woman was shot. She died at the hospital.
We do believe the 2 are related. We do have a couple subjects detained that we do believe are going to be the suspects. So we do believe right now we have this resolved. Again, very preliminary, a lot of work to do to tie everything together to concrete the case and the investigation. But right now, I just want to stress that point that we do believe we have suspects in custody and there's no ongoing current threat to the public at this time.
And right now, police are still looking for a shooter in a separate, unrelated incident that happened inside the Meadows Mall. It happened around 3 p.m. today. Police say that 2 people were shot during an argument and taken to the hospital.
And stay with us tonight. We'll be right back with your full forecast.
Go Knights Go. ABC 13 is a proud partner of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Welcome back. We are inching closer and closer to 2022, and there were some spectacular plays in 2021 for local teams. So let's get to our top 5 plays, shall we? At number 5, a season-saving kick from Mr. Iceman himself, Daniel Carlson. The Raiders kicker made a 48-yard field goal as time expired to get the Raiders a much-needed win over the Browns. He's been great all season. All right, now to number 4, and the point god silencing the Seattle Storm. Aces guard Chelsea Gray hitting the game winner over all-star forward Breanna Stewart to give the Aces a huge win at home. At number 3, it's playoff Marshy striking once again for the Golden Knights. With the Knights in a 2-0 series hole against the Avalanche in the playoffs, Jonathan Marchessault sparked the comeback with an incredible goal. You saw him bounce the puck off the back of the Colorado goaltender. Yeah, he's magical in the playoffs. All right, staying on the ice for number 2 now. It's overtime in Game 5 against the Avalanche, and the captain himself caps it off. It's Mark Stone blocking a shot and then leading to a breakaway to score the game winner. That's how you become the captain. And now to our top play of 2021, drama in the Death Star, a wild season opener inside Allegiant Stadium between the Ravens and the Raiders. And it was Derek Carr hitting Zay Jones for that game-winning touchdown that we will never forget in front of a full crowd of Raiders Nation. I was in the crowd. It was insane. What a play that was. That'll do it for Caesar Sports Night. Thanks for joining us. But don't go anywhere because our special newscast debut 2022 is coming up next.
All right now we have some weather looking to spoil perhaps the biggest party of the year on the Las Vegas Strip. But the celebrations, they are still continuing despite those strong winds.
That's right. Here's a live look at the party happening on Fremont Street right now. Mayor Carolyn Goodman is expected to be there tonight and talk for a bit before we welcome in 2022.
And of course, celebrations are well underway all around the valley tonight for the biggest party of 2021. Thanks so much for joining us for our special debut 22. I'm Todd Quinones.
And I'm Trisha Keene. After celebrations were scaled back last year due to the pandemic, Southern Nevada is going all out once again for New Year's Eve. And we have crews all over, from the Beer Park to TI Hotel and Casino to the Rio and to Dre's. But we begin with our team coverage tonight with meteorologist Danny Beckstrom. And Danny, I know you're keeping a close eye because we've had some strong winds throughout the night. How are they looking right now?
It's been the big weather story, Todd and Tricia. Right now, still not looking great at the official recording site. My guess is that Clark County will be watching Reed International. It's the recording site closest to the Rio, which of course is mission control, if you will, for the fireworks show. Right now, gusts still close to 40, sustained wind close to 25 miles per hour at Reed International. Peaked gusts closer to 60 miles per hour earlier tonight. We did settle down a little bit around 10 o'clock, but we've seen back midnight. There's still hope. These are expected to continue backing off as we approach the new year late tonight as the away from the region. You see the showers moving with it. Colder, drier air moves in behind front. So temperatures are dropping. Cloud cover is clearing. But unfortunately for now, the wind speed is still strong. Sustained wind expected between 10 and 15 miles per hour as we approach midnight. That's the threshold that we're watching. It's 10 miles per hour or less. That's what Clark County is telling us for this fireworks show to be a go. Our gust speeds could still be 20 to 25 miles per hour as long as the sustained wind stays in that window. Of course, we're watching it really closely, and we have someone on the ground for you, Abel Garcia at the Rio, with an update on what we're looking at for a fireworks show. Have you heard anything recently, Abel?
Danny, right now it's just a waiting game. We are still trying to find out exactly if we can get any more information from these Clark County officials. But as you're mentioning it yourself, I mean, we've been out here for quite a while. We're feeling those wind gusts continue to come in, getting gradually stronger and stronger. These palm trees right behind me also moving back and forth, shaking nonstop as the wind continues to pick up. But that command post is actually right here up top of the Rio, where they are tracking down this weather and trying to provide us more information and seeing whether or not it is safe enough to launch these fireworks. And right here are some pictures as well that Clark County released of Clark County Fire Department, Clark County officials, as well as Las Vegas Metro Police Department, who are all tracking this right now to give us some more information on whether or not these fireworks are possible. And also back out here live, we continue to see many people walking and crossing the bridge. People continue to go. We've seen hundreds already trying to go out and see this fireworks show. Like we mentioned before, Clark County officials are still tracking down. We have that window from 12 a.m. to 1 p.m. If we get those 10 mile per hour sustained winds below and under control, we can definitely potentially see those fireworks come up into our sky tonight. But right now we also have a Ross Matei out at Treasure Island. And Ross, how's it going out there? How are the people reacting? How are you so far?
We are doing great. We are feeling the partying as it is, and so the party rages on outside of TI Hotel and Casino. I like to call this last half hour before the strike of midnight the mass migration period, because we have seen thousands of people walking up and down the Las Vegas Strip. You can probably see some of them over my shoulder right now, and really what they're doing is they're trying to find the optimal spot to take in the fireworks show. But at this hour, the big question is, will there be a fireworks show? I can only give you an anecdote from where we are, which is pretty close to ground level on the Strip. It's kind of a wind tunnel here, but really it's been calm for long stretches, but then all of a sudden we'll feel a strong gust of wind pick up, and just like 5 minutes ago it knocked over our lighting equipment here. So it is quite strong when the wind gusts up, but otherwise it's largely calm, and I know a lot of these folks are really hoping we're going to have a fireworks show. Of course, we're staying on top of that. We'll let you know as soon as we hear more. Right now I want to send it over to John Dommel, who's at Circa in downtown Las Vegas. John, how are you doing?
Hey Ross, what's up, my man? We were outside a little bit earlier in the day, and then the gusts picked up. Danny was talking about nearly 60 miles per hour wind gusts, and they chased us inside. Bill Paxton wouldn't have even stood a chance against those. And, you know, we're still waiting for the fireworks. Got the best view in all the land for when they eventually do come out. Yeah, that's my prediction. They're going to be some fireworks tonight. But, yeah, we'll just wait and see, and when they do pop up, you're going to have the best seat in the house from your living room. we're going to send this hot potato over to the studio.
Yeah, John feeling confident. I like it.
Yeah, ultimately, it's the Clark County Fire Chief, John Steinbeck, who will make the call whether we have them or not tonight. All right, well, the party is rolling on at Dre's nightclub, where several hip-hop stars are hitting the stage.
Hey, 13 Action News reporter Jeremy Chen has been there all night now, shows us the festivities happening there.
Party is underway here at Dre's nightclub at the top of the Cromwell. You can see right over here we have people already coming outside a little bit, not too much as you can understand because of the fact that it is quite cold out here. However, a lot more people inside wanting to stay warm and dance their butts off throughout the night. What better way to celebrate New Year's Eve? And mind you, this rooftop where we're on is also one of the most Instagram spots in all of Las Vegas. That's why people come to Dre's nightclub, just to enjoy all of this. Now, as far as who's performing, Rick Ross is going to be on later on tonight into the morning, as well as 2 Chainz tomorrow night. So a couple of A-listers in the hip-hop community. If you're a hip-hop fan, Dre's nightclub, this is the place to be. I'm going to throw it back to you guys.
Yeah, as Jeremy said, people dancing their butts off. All right, let's take a look right now at some live looks around some other celebrations happening in the Valley tonight. Of course, you got hundreds of people there gathering at Free in the new year. Always one of the best places to be this night for sure here in the Valley. We're of course expecting also to hear from Mayor Carolyn Goodman just before we say goodbye to 2021.
Yeah, it's an annual tradition, and they always have some great things to say, the Mayor's Goodmans. And people also heading over to the Orleans for the final countdown and a great view of the fireworks. It's nice to see Old Glory there blowing in the wind tonight. This is a live look at the Orleans right now, one of the many properties busy for the final day and night of 2021. Well, of course, we know 2020 presents many different challenges, from the relentless COVID-19 pandemic to the things bring smiles to our faces.
People certainly going above and beyond to help those in need and also make a difference right here in the Valley. And anchor Dave Crevassier now takes a look back at what made our community positively Las Vegas.
2021 had its highs and lows, but it's important to celebrate the moments that gave us hope. This year, we told you stories of the good people and good things happening in the Valley. From the local 8-year-old girl running a mile at tracks in several different states to honor police and military dogs who died in the line of duty.
Because I want to run for all the canine loss, because they don't get recognized as much as police do.
To the nurse going the extra mile to make her patients feel special.
She was too weak to brush it out herself, and it was something she was really worried about. And so one of the times I went up there, I was able to brush out her hair, feed it, and she's a different person who left that room.
And there's a lot of isolation. Can't really have visitors, so having someone actually come in, care about you, hold your hand, braid your hair, makes you feel like you're at home again.
To this sweet viral moment, Metro officers showing up on the first day of school to show their support for Noah Swanger. His dad, Officer Jason Swanger, died from complications of COVID-19 just months before. Noah wearing a tie and a Metro badge.
He saved a life. He saved our lives by bringing us our daughter back, and everyone that was there that helped us. They changed our life for the better. 2021
saw heroes of all kinds, including Nevada game warden Sean Flynn. He was recognized by the Coast Guard for saving a 4-year-old girl from drowning at Lake Mead when her family's boat flipped over.
That was something that she'll remember, and the family and I will remember.
And the community coming together to honor another courageous man, Shay Michelonis, making his first public appearance to a cheering crowd of thousands more than a year after he was shot in the line of duty.
He's told me a couple times he was on how it felt to be out.
Just a heart moment. The community coming out to support Shay, it really just warmed my heart.
And then there was bringing new best friends, getting a new partner.
Really always wanted a dog.
Hayden, a die-hard Golden Knight fan and a hockey player himself. Knight.
This is such a surprise for me. Like, it's such a surprise.
And another 8 the same.
Very special boy who now has a puppy that's just as special as his. Neither of them let this define them, rather celebrate their uniqueness. And now two of them that share a special uniqueness. And I think when you have a person that is unique and special, you makes the world a brighter place.
Dave Courvoisier, 13 Action News.
My goodness, what a story that is. Boy, you remember stories like that so well, don't you?
Oh, all of them. I remember all of those.
Right.
Those were such special stories in 2021.
Yeah, a lot of sweetness here in the Valley. It's had a difficult year. Sweetness.
Exactly. More stories of hope. All you have to do is go to our website, /PositivelyLV.
All right, coming up here on Debut 22, of course, the party must go on.
But will our weather let us light up the night sky at midnight? Abel.
The winds continue to pick up and they're getting stronger and stronger. The question is whether or not we'll see fireworks this new year. Coming up, we'll have more from our officials.
Yes, I've learned less. This is now my third August. Yeah, we know it gets cold here on New Year's Eve. I've talked to some tourists. They weren't as aware, and they told me they're a little jealous of my getup. But I do want to show you behind me here, Senor Frogs. Trust me from experience, it's one of the best places on the Strip to be for New Year's Eve. And you can see a bunch of people gathered over there and also some people having a good time. But I think that's twofold. One of the reasons is because they got a bunch of space heaters, which is another great way to warm up. But also, they're going to have a great view of the fireworks. Not that there really is a bad view of the fireworks on the Las Vegas Strip. And also, if we can pan up, Rudy, a little bit, we've been keeping a close eye on the palm trees. We talked with a veteran who's been working at this spot on the Strip for about a dozen years. He says, if you see those palm trees starting to bend, like the body of them, that's usually not a good sign for the fireworks. So it's a little bit of a close call right now. When the gusts go up, it gets a little bit scary. But right now I will send it over to my colleague Abel Garcia, because I know with pushing our local leaders, but without these
that we've been just these county officials and seeing whether or not, as many people do not know, not confirm or that anything is happening right here at midnight. What we can't say so far is we feel those strong winds, and we're mentioning right behind us as well, we see those palm trees. They're moving back and forth. We're still feeling those very strong wind gusts. But here's what they are saying, that normally around 10 minutes before we start to see these fireworks, they do a launch from those 8 buildings, and they have a practice run just to make sure that those fireworks aren't flying anywhere. Now, they were telling us that they've been working very, very seriously with the National Weather Services to see what was going to happen or what was going to go down. But as we see right now, there has been no updates. We're still going to go into that window from 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. If we can sustain these winds below that 10 mile per hour, they will launch those fireworks again. And as soon as we get more information, we'll provide that to you as soon as possible.
There's going to be my suit. Yeah, these numbers aren't looking great. This doesn't refresh as quickly as the 5-minute observations that come in from Reed International. So this has probably been a gust to 40 miles per hour and sustained to 25. But I'll tell you, I just refreshed those 5-minute observations, and it does show sustained winds still at 20 miles per hour for Harry Reid. You just heard the Abel say there we need it closer to 10 miles per hour. It's something that we're watching really closely for Clark County to be able to make the call. But at least we're trending in the right direction, finally starting to see those winds back off. From about 9:20 to 10:20, we looked all good. And then approaching midnight again, we saw the wind speed increase. Of course, wind chill is a big factor. Glad Ross finally found a hat because it's cold out there. Feels like it's in the 30s, and it's all due to this cold front moving through. So midnight tonight, we expect air temperature low 40s, wind there. It's just the wind that we still have a question mark about. Sustained wind, hopefully dropping under about 15 miles per hour within the next 10, 15 or minutes or so. Further that feeling to the cold side, that's for sure. In the Las Vegas Valley in the 30s as we went to start New Year's Day tomorrow, with highs tomorrow afternoon well below normal. It's a cold front bringing the wind tonight, and that's a cold start to 2022. These temperatures are about 10. Breeze tomorrow. Winds will calm down by Sunday. Sunny skies through the weekend. If you're heading up to Lee, Expect high temperatures in the upper 20s for our Saturday, wind chills in the teens. But other than that, sunshine, so still should be a nice weekend if you want to head up the slope skiing or snowboarding. Of course, tonight, the big story is going to be that wind. It is something that we are really concerned about and watching really closely. We're starting to get in the time, 11:53, but we've got to make the call. So as soon as we hear any info, of course, we'll pass it on to you guys at home. But right now, it looks like we're still just above where we're supposed to be, but inching in the right direction, hopefully sooner rather than later. The forecast looks to hold with these midnight temperatures in the low 40s.
Yeah, typical of 2021, right? Yeah. It's not going out easy. Yes. Danny, thank you. But Mayor Carolyn Goodman right now getting ready to talk on street experience as we now, of course, are just minutes away until the new year.
That's right. Look at that huge crowd out there. Let's take a live look right now at Fremont. Tons of folks waiting for this fireworks show, possibly in about 7 minutes from now, 6 minutes.
That's all we got left in 21.
That's all we have left. All right, well, we'll be right back.
We who are in Las Vegas tonight at the Fremont Street Experience are enjoying life. And that's what this is all about. Not being in the muck and mire of all the nonsense that's taking place all over the place. We are having a good time, and that's the way it's going to be. And I can't wait to go home tonight and get in bed with the mayor.
Now we have with us our councilman, Cedric Greer from Ward 5. I don't know Andrew or any of my council persons here. Now wait. My best council persons are right here. George and Julian and Austin. These are. Do I do pretty well? Oscar always thought he had the best with the beautiful showgirls. All of you guys, we girls are just fine. We know. So this is such an exciting time. Andrew, how many minutes do we have left before the countdown?
We have 3 minutes till we're counting.
3 minutes. Look at us all here. Nobody has a cold, right? And we are outdoors. The air here is so good for all of us. And all I can assure you is Las Vegas knows how to throw a party. You're going to see fireworks everywhere. You're going to see it on the canopy. And we just hope that you come back and come back. My marshal, Amani Vidali. Do I have another marshal? He looks as good as the Chippendales, yeah? We have to move back.
We're all moving back because there's going to be some fire. It's going to be a good time over here. So we got to all step back just a little bit before we go forward. Just right here's good. Right here's good.
Right here. So are you sure we can count this down? What are we counting from? We want your help.
We can have it up on the canopy. We got 2 minutes to go. But you know, there's a great owner right over here, Mr. Derek Stevens. Great people. Look at Derek Stevens, his wife Nicole right over here. Over here in the box. Over the Circa, the D, the Golden Gate that's helped revitalize all of Las Vegas. And thank you to all the hotel properties here at Fremont Street as well. So, again, we're so thankful everybody chose to be here tonight, man.
We just know you got a lot of fun and partying to do all the way through the night. Great entertainment for you. And we
got a special friend here to count down with us as well. Bobby Brown is back up here with us all. Let's give it up for Bobby.
I have nothing to say, but if y'all are having a good time, I'm having a good time. Are you having a good time? All right, that's all I want to know.
We got 1 minute. 1 minute.
1 minute countdown.
All right, there you go. Bobby Brown, Chippendales, and Showgirls, right?
What else do you need?
Here we go. Right now, we are officially in the final countdown to the new year.
Here we go. It is time to count down. Let's listen in.
13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Boys and girls, brace yourself. Hold on tight for America's Party Grucci Grand Finale.
Happy
Well
New
done.
Year.
Happy New Year, partner.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great after that show, right?
Beautiful.
The thing about Las Vegas is we do nothing subtle, right?
No.
We go over the top all the way.
And the Grucci family never disappoints. They've been doing it for 20 years here in Las Vegas. And what a beautiful, beautiful fireworks
And
show.
Happy New Year to all of our lovely viewers. Thank you so much. 2022, it's got to be better than 2021.
Yeah, that's right. And we hope you make Channel 13 your choice in 2022. We thank you so much for watching us all these years. We'll be right back. And welcome back tonight. It has been quite a night around the world for the big New Year's celebrations. It's time to also check in here locally with our crews.
Yeah, you know, there's a party going on right now on the Las Vegas Strip. We begin with anchor Ross DiMattei there at TI Hotel and Casino. Ross, how is the party there?
Party is raging, Todd and Tricia. Wow, it takes my breath away every time we see that fireworks show. Obviously, we were deprived of that last year, so it just made this year that much sweeter. But I gotta say, there was some serious drama leading up to that fireworks show. A lot of doubt here, not only myself, but a lot of people just feeling those gusts of wind. Weren't sure if the fireworks were going to go off, but boy, am I glad they did, because we had a lot of people around us that would have been very disappointed if those fireworks didn't go off. But of course they did, and it gave you that 5 to 10 minute escape where everyone can just gaze up and just take in the beauty of the fireworks show. What an amazing job by fireworks machine. I mean, they won up their game every single time, and at the end, everybody around here just let out a huge holler. It was just a way to welcome the new year that was unlike any other, only on the Las Vegas Strip. I'm going to send it over to my colleague Amy Garcia. Amy, I know we were pushing for answers about whether we were going to get fireworks, but I think we're all glad that we did get them in the end.
That's right. What an experience. I mean, I'm a first-timer here, and I just witnessed that firework for the very first time myself. It was absolutely stunning to see all of those 8 resorts launch those stunning fireworks up in the sky. I was listening and jamming out to that soundtrack as well as we were vibing. We were feeling that new year coming in strong, but I bet we were all on the edge of our seats, of course, as these winds continue to come in. They were strong, and we were waiting to hear from those Clark County officials, but you know what? Once we saw those first fireworks go up into the sky, it was a huge, huge weight lifted all of our shoulders. Happy New Year to everyone who is watching us here tonight. Thank you for staying with us here this new year. Now we're going to check in with my colleague John as well. John, how's it looking out there at Fremont and downtown?
What's up, Abel? If there was one person who wasn't worried about the fireworks show, it was this guy right here, because in the previous segment, I called it, I said that they'd go on, the show would go on as planned, and it did, because I'm never wrong. But yeah, everyone was having a good time. When I ventured out on Fremont Street, everyone's having a ball, so I'll just keep it brief here. Happy New Year, everybody at home. Happy New Year, everybody at the studio. 2022 is off to a good start. The fireworks show was just as everyone hoped it would be. All right, I'll send it back over to you guys.
Yeah, all right, John. Happy New Year, too. You know he's not married when he says, I'm never wrong.
Right,
yes.
exactly. That's for sure.
That's the mark of a single man.
And he doesn't
right
gamble either.
Yes, that's, right.
That's another
That'll
sign.
change. All right, John, thank you for that so much. What a year 2021 has been, full of ups and downs. Let's all hope that 2022 is even better as we hopefully get out of this pandemic.
And
right?
healthier. Here's to health in 2022.
Yeah, wishing all of you and your families peace and good health. All right, that does it for us and our special debut 22. Well, Dick Clark's New Year's Rocking Eve is up next.
And thank you so much for joining us tonight. Have a great evening. Happy New Year, everyone. And here's to 2022.